deductive reasoning. We can look at the Holocaust and see what happened. Ask ourselves, what happened that a nation was destroyed for one arrogant person, one sociopath who had a great deal of awareness of his own power, and he made others follow him through their own graves. This is serious. You know why? Because it doesn't belong to the past. We can look at its blueprint right now in our present history. If we allow our power to be borrowed by others, we can also be following the path of those who were also intelligent. The Jewish people in Germany were very bright and brilliant, intelligent people. They were not naive. They trusted someone without question. It's called blind obedience. And when you trust someone without question and you give up your power to them, they take you where they want to take you. And what happened is that I call it the red apple syndrome. The red apple syndrome is that no one who wants to use you to their benefit, no neurotic, is going to tell you about the things I just talked to you about the problems of humanity. Even those who don't want to really hurt you, but they want their own self-interest, they don't talk about problems of humanity. They talk about wonderful things because they want you to stay there and listen and feel good and stay in denial of what is the pain and suffering of the rest of humanity that we might have to make a difference about and change. So Hitler never did tell anyone how to empower themselves. He just helped them with his power, how to empower him, how to follow him. And he told them that it's going to be wonderful and beautiful and great. I believe that each and every one of you have inherent power, the knowledge, wisdom, and goodness. And it is only because of the past programmings that we have had that we have had layers of inhibition, anger, and alienation of self that causes us to be angry and hateful towards each other. And I'm not saying you and I, but people who don't even know each other, or even people who love each other as families and in relationships. And I would like to move us away from the patterns of regression of the past that we have adopted as children, as students, as people who were confused and came to a country and picked up the strength of the country, but might have also picked up the weaknesses and vulnerabilities. Today, also, I want to embrace the multicultures, the cultures within this country. Everything that we are exposed to should be taken. We can treasure and we can benefit from, but then we must also embrace things, people, culture, politics, rules, with an open mind and being with an ability to question. Because if we open our eyes and open our heart and allow everything to go in, then we lose power. We must be selective in what we allow within ourselves, because this person, the mind and body and spirit that you own, has a great deal of power. And if you do not get in touch with that power and choose the direction you want it to take you, others will. And you will become the puppet of their own self-interest instead of your destiny, instead of your sense of direction, instead of your people. And if we can, we all see ourselves as equal people. We can also see others as equal. It is only through our and it is very significant that we know that we can come to that dream. We can make the dreams come true, especially you young people that have the spirit then we would like to see that fly high and desires and that we're never going to be down there again. You see, all the wonderful positive aspirations that you're going to go and change the world. Yes, you can. But what's really significant is to be able to know how and with what and through what path and channel, so that once you get to be a part of the system does not change you, you change the system. So if we can begin to say maybe goodbye to the past adopted patterns and be open to pick up new, of each and every excelling, liberating, and fresh patterns that we can choose to take us to where we want to get. I think if we can just do that enough alone, I have done my job. What if you like victimization? And many who have been victimized themselves were victimized. Let me define my definition of perfection. My definition of perfection is when people are busy with the details of their lives so they look perfect. So they look like they're good wives. So they look like they're good husbands. So they look like they're good parents. So they look like they're good cooks. So they look like they're good children, while they neglect what is really of value and substance, which is the core of themselves. Many parents come to me and say, I don't have a good relationship with my children. I'm a wonderful parent. All day I cook for them, clean for them, I wash their clothes, I wash their dishes. But they come home and they have no respect for me. And I tell them, have you given them? And I go to PTA all the time. I'm a president of the PTA. And I tell them, have you given them the one thing they truly need, which is yourself? If perfection means you work on yourself so you're a good role model for people you love, if perfection means you work on your own substance and you work on your connection with people you love, by all means, be more perfect. But if perfection means you try to please others who you don't even know at the cost of the people you love, then that becomes a neurosis. Then that becomes an imbalance. It is the spirit that must lead us, not the flesh, not the mind, not what we say, but what we feel that exists within us. And it only will exist if we embrace it, if we allow it. If we tear down the wall that has kept us only attached to our flesh. We don't embrace, because this flesh is powerless. This flesh is worth not having any room. It is the spirit that's within it. My children, it is the mind, the life that can lead, that can create your destiny, that has put you above this world as a better animals, as the superior
or seductive positions.
Because animals are here in this world for their pleasure, and sometimes they do things for each other. But this mind power, this ability to be able to make a difference, is what has made us a higher power. We are a higher power. We have higher power than us, and we can claim higher power as we go through the process of excellence and power balance and change. There is layers and layers and layers of power that once you recognize that you will be limitless. There is so much that you can do on this earth.
Embrace me.
So much that we're here to do.
With your kindness.
Only a mother awakens from her sleep.
Move away, move away, move away from the madness. I too am the like of you. My differentness is not the sign of separateness. Touch me with your compassion. Shed the block of prejudice. See me with your heart. Judge me with your mind. Not with your anger. Not with your
connect with the instinct of paternal wisdom.
I am the voice of your innocence. If you find me kind, if you find me harsh, just look within, just look within, just look within.